Hi, I'm Delegate Patrick Hope, and I represent Arlington County in the Virginia General Assembly. Welcome to Week 3 of my video updates for the 2014 legislative session. This week was another busy week here at Capitol Square in Richmond. This week I held a press conference on my bill, House Bill 1135, which would prohibit conversion therapy to minors by a licensed healthcare professional. Joining me were advocates from Equality Virginia, Alliance for Progressive Values, People of Faith for Equality in Virginia, as well as 2 victims who testified as to their personal experiences with conversion therapy. Conversion therapy is based on the false assumption that homosexuality is a mental disorder or a sin. Well, it is not. There is no on-off switch to sexual orientation. And within the medical community, there is clear evidence that conversion therapy does not even work and is psychologically harmful. Directly quoting from the American Psychiatric Association, the APA does not believe that same-sex orientation should or needs to be changed, and efforts to do so represent a significant risk of harm by subjecting individuals to forms of treatment which have not been scientifically validated and by undermining self-esteem when sexual orientation fails to change. No credible evidence exists that any mental health intervention can reliably and safely change sexual orientation, nor from a mental health perspective does sexual orientation need to be changed. I believe our government has a duty and an obligation to, at a minimum, protect our children. Later in the week, I joined advocates from the disability community to call on Governor McAuliffe and the General Assembly to take decisive action for the decades of policy that sterilized thousands of our Virginians. This year marks the 86th anniversary of the United States Supreme Court's Buck v. Bell decision, which upheld Virginia's 90-year-old eugenic sterilization law. Under this law, Virginia forcibly sterilized 7,500 of its citizens they considered to be undesirable, all in the name of building a better society. 12 years ago, Governor Mark Warner issued a formal apology for the state's decision to sterilize these thousands of Virginians. That was appropriate then. What we're asking for today goes well beyond just simple words of regret. We need to set an example and take full responsibility for our actions so that the healing process can finally begin. And finally, I want to say a word about Attorney General Mark Herring's decision to challenge the Commonwealth's ban on same-sex marriage. I have long believed that marriage be a right granted to all Virginians, and that prohibiting marriage based solely on sexual orientation is a gross infringement on individual liberties and a violation of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. And so today, I reaffirm my pledge to continue fighting for marriage equality and against the discrimination that thousands of LGBT Virginians face every single day. Marriage equality is both a civil rights and an economic issue, and Virginia can no longer afford to be on the wrong side of history. When I come to you next week, the 2014 legislative session will be very close to the midpoint, or what we call crossover. In the meantime, if I can ever be of assistance to your home, please contact my office at 804-698-1047, or you can go to my website at hopeforvirginia.org. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next week.